Good morning. We got a question and answer, and I'm going to give it to you. Greek Ways with Hayes. New to the area, and you're going to your first informational meeting. How do you move around? How should you associate yourself? What they looking for in a resume? Well, the first thing is you want to try to get to know the area, because you want to be familiar with where you're going to be expected to be, because there's going to be events, there's going to be different things that's going to be taking place, and you want to be able to make sure you can get there, and importantly, get there on time. So don't come to a new area and be, a hermit or whatever they used to call it. Get in the area and really move around, figure out what's what. The second thing is you want to start familiarizing yourself with active Greeks in that chapter that you think might be willing to support your aspirations for membership. Now, hopefully, when you go to the informational meeting, you'll be introducing yourself to people. People would be introducing themselves to you, and you'll be asking for their contact information. Hey, you mind if I could, chat with you after this event, keep in touch with you, learn more information about what's going on, what events I could volunteer and participate in. As far as your resume is concerned, the biggest thing that most of us are looking for is how will you contribute to the organization? What will you add that is different than what we already have? Now, that does not mean that we don't take people that do the same thing that everybody else do, but what's going to stick out when you're talking about a whole lot of people applying for membership and then you're putting your application in is what separates you from everybody else. The other thing is, remember, if you haven't been looking at all my videos, I've talked about the importance of community service. We do things in the community, and we're going to look at you and your resume to see how much community service you've already did. Not just saying, oh, I'm going to join, become a member, and I'm going to do community service. No, we expect you to have some community service. Now, depending on the chapter and the organization, they might actually have an amount of hours that they're expecting. But that's not always the case. We just want to see you done it and that you do it, because you're going to have to talk about that on your resume. What community service have you done? And then from that point in time, just be resilient about the process, because if you're new to the area, you might not know anybody. You might not, I hate to say it, you might not get to know enough people in enough time to really put a strong application in, because a lot of this relationship is about us knowing the people that we're bringing in. And so for someone to support you, especially depending on the organization, they tend to have to really, quote, vouch for you. Like, I know this lady, I know this man, I've known them for 3 or 4 some odd years or more. And there's, some intricate value they're going to bring, because they've already brought the value in my relationship with them, stuff like that, so, but that don't mean it can't be done. So I would just say, put your prayers up, get to work. Sometimes you can go on like Facebook, Instagram, type in your sorority of interest or your fraternity of interest, and you might see somebody that you didn't know were members that have something on their page so that you know they're a member, and then make it a little bit easier since you're new to the area. But if not, like I said, you're just going to have to put that groundwork in. And you might want to go to the chapter's website. Most of us should have one, and start familiarizing yourself with the names of the board members and people in positions, so that when you do go to this alumni informational meeting, you're not just out the blue. You'll know who's standing up talking and why, and who this person is, and start understanding the terminology for the people that you are, in the process of getting to know. Good luck. Hope this helps. Greek Ways with Hayes. Got a question? Hit me in the inbox.